Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. I do have a Poshmark rant for you today, but I'm going to be completely transparent with you and tell you all this stuff that happened on Thursday. It is now Saturday morning. On Thursday, I was fit to be tied. I had steam coming out of my ears. I was so frustrated with Poshmark, but I'm really glad that I took the time. I calmed down, that the issue got fixed. And now I have a bit of a clearer head so that I can talk to you about what happened, how it got fixed, and what my opinion is on what Poshmark focuses on. So I am going to talk about all of that. So, on Thursday, we had a very busy day. Paul had physio in the morning, early in the morning, and then we had to go pick things up on from auctions. And it was about a 3-hour round trip from auction to auction to auction and then home. So for us, that's a long day. So that's fine. I was organized. We knew what we were doing. We knew when we were leaving, all that good stuff. Because if I'm organized, I feel good. Get up in the morning. I want to do my listing. I want to get it out of the way, have it done so that I don't have to worry about it again for the rest of the day. So I had done drafts beforehand, and what I do is I take my pictures and I load the pictures in the app. That's what I do, and then I save everything to drafts. Then I come to my computer and I finish off my drafts and I list from there. Excuse me. I have been doing like that. I have been doing it like that for years. That's how I like to do it. It's just the way it is. Yes, I could take my pictures, load them onto my computer and go from there. But I don't. Okay? And that's okay. That's my choice. So I do that. I go into my drafts on Thursday morning to start listing. I want to get like 5 or 6 done before we leave for physio. I go in, I do the draft, I do all the stuff I have to finish off, whatever. It's ready to go. I realize that one of the pictures that I have taken or have uploaded isn't exactly the right photo that I want. Okay, fine. So I save the draft. I go into the app to replace a photo. Do that. It won't save for me. I keep getting an error message. Now, to be fair, this error message has been happening probably off and on for a couple of weeks. And what will happen is, okay, it didn't work this time, but I can go back into that draft and I can try again, and it works. It's only a couple of minutes, right? No big deal. I have a tickle in my throat today. So I wasn't really concerned about it. But it wouldn't work. Tried again. It wouldn't work. It wouldn't save the draft. It wouldn't list the draft. It wouldn't do anything. Error message, error message, error message. I'm like, to the point that I'm like tossing my phone down going, okay, I am frustrated. I need to take a step away. Maybe it'll work in 20 minutes. Nope, didn't work. I could not list in that morning at all. And I had drafts ready to go and I wanted to get it done. Nothing. And, I tried different things. I uninstalled and reinstalled the app because sometimes that helps. Nope, still getting that error message. So I am ticked off. Like I am, because it just threw that monkey wrench into my day, which was very organized. And it just was, oh my God. And to make matters worse, I'm getting this error message. I can't list, and I know I'm not suspended or anything, which is another topic we'll talk about. I go on to social media just to, to scroll, to get my mind off of things, whatever. And Poshmark Canada, all they're talking about is Poshfest, or this coffee date, or this whatever, or this, and it's like fluff. It's like, who cares? I mean, I know some people care about Poshfest, but in my state of mind, I'm like, oh my God, all you care about are parties and pop-ups and, this is in fashion and that is in fashion, and you have problems with your app and you're not fixing them and you're not addressing them, and it put me over the top. It really did. And I'm really thankful that I did not film this on Thursday, because I would have been over the top with it, which sometimes feels good, but otherwise it's not always a good idea. So that's fine. I'm frustrated. They're talking about their fluff stuff, which they do. Which is what their social media does. That's what it's there for. Fine. Whatever. I did email Posh support with a screenshot of the error message I was getting, not expecting them to get back to me for a while. I did get the canned response saying they got it, they're working on it. That's fine. I went about my day. Okay. Paul went to physio. We went and got our auction stuff. It was a lovely day. It was a lovely drive by the river. So it was nice. It was peaceful. It was good. That's fine. I tried again when we got home about 2 o'clock and I still could not list. So I just said, that's it. I'm not listing today. Okay, fine. I wasn't happy. But at least I knew that I wasn't going to get it done and I went about my day. We went out that night to go to trivia because that's what we do Thursdays. And I did receive an email, probably I think about 5:30, 6 o'clock, I think it came through, telling me that they saw what was going on. They fixed it. Let them know if it worked kind of thing. Came home from trivia. It was about 7:30. 7:30? No, it was about 7. It was about 7 o'clock. And I tried again with the same draft. Nope, wasn't working, was not working. So I just, I left it. I said, that's it. I'm just going to put a little, put it on the shelf. I got to put it on the shelf and leave it be. Stayed away from social media because I can't handle the toxic positivity that Poshmark puts out there at this point in time, because my business is suffering because of something going on, a glitch or whatever going on in their app that they're really not paying attention to. Now, to top all this off, people are still getting suspended for deleting items. This irritates me to no end. I have been lucky, knock on wood. I have been warned once when I deleted something, only once, and that's okay. But I know other people that are, they might list 5 and delete 1 and they're getting suspended still. This is ridiculous. It's utterly ridiculous. The items that we list, we own. They're ours. They're not Poshmark's. Poshmark should have very little say on whether or not that item stays listed or not. I understand their relisting policy. I understand that they don't want people deleting and relisting hundreds of items a day. I understand that 100%. But people are being suspended for just deleting an item. And you know what? The reason they're deleting should not be important. It's not Poshmark's business why it's being deleted. Maybe I'm donating it because it's been sitting for 2 years. Maybe it's sold on another platform. Maybe I found a flaw. Maybe I decided to keep it for myself because it's cute. I just decided I was going to use it. Whatever the reason, should not matter to Poshmark. It's not their business. It really doesn't matter. If I am just deleting the item, if I'm just taking it away from your platform, that's within my rights. I own the item. And this whole thing with them suspending sellers from listing, I mean, they can still sell things, but they can't list things. So I'll get that straight. It's just stupid. It's just turning sellers away from the platform, 100%. Because you know what? I want to list and I want to delist, things. If something sells on another platform, I don't want to be afraid to delete it off of Poshmark. I don't want to have to jump through hoops to make sure that it doesn't sell on Poshmark if it's sold somewhere else. So some people are marking it as not for sale, but still getting suspended. Some people are just putting a sold cover photo up there and just leaving it up there. And I don't think you should have to jump through hoops. These are our items. We own them. And in this situation, Poshmark has no say. They have no right to tell us whether or not an item should be listed or should be deleted. That is my take on that. Let me know what you think in the comments. Now, in support of Poshmark, because I try to see the better, and I have waited a couple of days, they did get back to me fairly quickly. On Friday morning, I went to relist and to list my drafts and had no issues whatsoever. So they did fix it. It was within 24 hours. So that's fairly quickly for them. So I will give them props for that. I am happy about that. I don't think I should have had to deal with it to begin with. I think they should be keeping their eye on their apps and on what's happening and take their focus away from all the parties and all the posh fests and all the positivity and all the games and all that other stuff. Like, they spend so much money on the frills and the fluff. I can't imagine what the app would be like if they actually put the focus more on the app. What do you guys think? I'm not happy with them in some ways, but at this moment in time, I'm still making money with them. I'm still listing. It's still super easy to list for the most part. And I do have income coming in, so I'm happy about that. But the more and more they play with what they expect and what they want, and the more they put their focus on other things, the more that I want to just concentrate on eBay and other things like that. So I don't know the future, of course, and this is also, of course, just a one-time thing or just at this moment in time. So yes, I am ranting and I'm not happy with them. But I also know, historically speaking, I've made money and I'm okay with them. So remember that when you make your comments about, oh, why don't you just leave Poshmark? It's like, well, they still make me money. But that doesn't mean I have to accept everything they do. Because I don't. I don't accept the way that they do business at all. It's kind of embarrassing in a way, in my opinion. I don't even know how to describe it. I can't put it into words that would make sense and not sound incredibly cynical. So anyway, they did get it fixed fast. I don't think it should be happening. I think any glitches that happen should be addressed publicly. I think they should be posting more about glitches. Hey guys, there's a glitch right now. You might want to give us some time. We're working on it. Or hey, we're doing maintenance on the whatevers they're called on the apps or on the whatever they're called when they're coding. I don't know what it's called. Let us know. Treat us like we're actually business people and not just fluffy little girls. That would go a long way. Anyway, that is it for today. It is Saturday. I am doing laundry and doing all that good stuff about the house. I have some steaming to do. I have some stuff that has to get listed or photographed on Monday. So I'm going to do some steaming. I've already listed, so yay. Everything seems good there. I didn't pick up a ton at the auctions. Paul picked up a couple of things that are going to go onto Poshmark, which is cool. If you want, I can show you those on Monday or Tuesday. That's about it. I don't have any big plans for this weekend for working. I've got some eBay listings to do. Same old kind of thing. So I hope everybody has a fantastic weekend, and I'll see you next week. Bye.